Miscommunication, a seemingly simple word, yet it has the power to alter histories, shape destinies, and in the most extreme instances, decide the fate of nations. One of the most telling examples of this is found during the tumultuous times of World War II, particularly in the interactions between the United States and Japan. Today, we unravel the complex web of miscommunications that occurred between these two powerful nations. Miscommunications that not only escalated tensions but, arguably, contributed to the eventual outbreak of war in the Pacific. As we delve into the early 20th century, Japan had been striving to assert itself as a dominant force in Asia. The nation pursued policies aimed at expanding its empire, fueled by both economic necessity and a desire for recognition on the world stage. Meanwhile, the United States viewed Japan's militaristic expansion with growing concern. The seeds of misunderstanding were sown, each nation operating under its own assumptions and interpretations of the other's actions and motives. One pivotal moment of miscommunication came after the League of Nations' condemnation of Japan's actions in Manchuria in 1931. Japan felt unfairly criticized and misunderstood by Western nations, primarily the United States, believing their actions to be justified and necessary for their survival. This growing perception of being maligned by the West fueled nationalistic fervor and pushed Japan further into diplomatic isolation, making real dialogue and understanding even more difficult. Fast forward to the late 1930s and early 1940s. The United States, seeking to curtail Japan's aggressive expansion, imposed economic sanctions, including oil embargoes. To the United States, these were seen as strategic moves aimed at pressuring Japan to alter its expansionist policies. However, from Japan's perspective, these actions were viewed as direct threats to their national security and survival. This fundamental misinterpretation of intentions only served to deepen distrust and raise tensions. A particularly critical miscommunication occurred in the diplomatic exchanges leading up to the attack on Pearl Harbor. Negotiations between Japan and the United States had reached a standstill, with both sides failing to understand each other's strategic interests and red lines. Diplomatic messages and proposals were often lost in translation, not just in language but in cultural interpretations and expectations. Both nations thought they were being clear with their ultimatums and conditions, yet both failed to grasp the severity of the other's stance. Japan, feeling increasingly cornered and perceiving the oil embargo as a declaration of economic warfare, considered military action as the only viable path forward. On the other hand, the United States underestimated Japan's willingness to resort to direct conflict, partly due to underestimating their resolve and misreading diplomatic cues. This tragic miscalculation culminated in the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, a day that, as President Franklin D. Roosevelt famously declared, would live in infamy. In the aftermath, the war in the Pacific raged on, marked by fierce battles and immense loss of life. The seeds of miscommunication that sprouted into full-fledged conflict continued to have repercussions throughout the war and the ensuing peace processes. Lessons were learned about the critical importance of clear communication and cultural understanding in international relations, lessons that resonate to this day. As we reflect on this historical narrative, it becomes evident that the chapters of history are often penned not just by actions, but by misunderstandings. In the case of the United States and Japan, miscommunication played a significant role in the escalation of tensions to the point of no return. By examining these instances, we gain insights into the importance of empathy, clarity, and understanding in diplomacy and beyond. Thank you for embarking on this historical journey with us. If you found this exploration of miscommunication intriguing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content that delves into the nuances and complexities of history. Understanding the past is key to shaping a better future. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep learning.